two Kahuna paddle boards here today that I want to talk a bit about and show you some of the differences and some of their strengths out on the water. So the two that I have here today is the Kahuna Touring Lite, which is 11 feet long, and the Kahuna Braddah, which is 10'6". So 6 inches longer on this one, geared more towards touring. This one's geared more towards all around. So both these boards have a number of features that really stand out in my mind. And I'll go over some of the differences in a little bit, but one of the features that I appreciate on both these boards is this foam pad on the top, and try to angle it there so you can see it a bit. It's really large, and this might seem like a small thing. They have these horizontal lines. I really actually appreciate that design. When I'm getting on the board, I know where my weight feels the best, and those lines help me identify exactly where my feet should be, so I'm not trying to shuffle them around and find that perfect spot. You can see here as well, very similar size and shape. It covers a lot of the board, which I really appreciate. Not all paddleboards have that big of a foam pad. They both have a carbon rail on the side, so it rolls up well, but there's still a carbon rail. You can see a bit of the carbon here, but that really helps stiffen both of these boards. The Braddah also has that carbon rail on both sides of the board. One of the differences of this board is the fins. So you can see the Braddah has the curved fin, and the Braddah Touring Lite has this shaped fin, which is better for going fast, long distances, and creates a lot of stability. This board has two fixed fins. This fin has a little brass piece here that slides into this notch like this, and that's it. You're good to go. And to remove it, it's just as easy. In contrast, the Touring, it actually comes with two different fins that you can choose to put in. This one has a small bolt-in nut, square nut that threads in there, so it's a very secure connection. It does also come with a similar style fin that we saw on the Braddah. Also the paddles, they come with the same paddle, and they are very nice carbon fiber paddles. They're very lightweight. They're 3-piece paddles, so they break down quite easily. They have a clamp for extra security and a button to press right here, and they just slide apart in there. And this here, just a clamp, and it slides out. Very strong, very rigid. To do an overnight trip like we did to get here, you want to be able to store some gear on these. You have D-rings, 4 here, with good bungee straps. You can also do your own tie downs on there if you want something a little tighter than the bungees. We did find with a couple dry bags we had, the bungees were plenty good enough to secure our gear. It also has 4 on the back. In contrast, the Braddah only has the 4 on the front. And we were still able to make that work for a single night. Both these paddle boards, they come with a leash, and the leash is super comfy. There's nice soft inside, just so that if you fall off your board, the waves, the current, the wind isn't going to blow your board farther away from you than you can reach. So one other thing I want to talk about is just the performance of these boards. I was really impressed with both these boards. They seem to perform really well. We've had them out on lakes and rivers and the ocean here, and even with a little bit of current and some waves, they seem to be very stable. I would say the Braddah is a little bit more stable. It is an inch wider of a board, and it has a couple extra fins. It seems a little more stable. That being said, the Touring Lite still handled very, very well. One other thing to note is the weight capacity on both these boards. They both can handle quite a bit of weight. The manufacturer says that the Braddah is 250-pound weight capacity and the Touring Lite is 275. So there's a slight difference there. So if you want a board that is just your all-around board, can do a little bit of everything, I would go for the Braddah. If you're doing longer trips and more specifically geared towards that, I'd maybe lean slightly towards the Touring Lite. However, I don't think you can go wrong with either of these boards. They're both excellent boards. We've had a lot of fun on them so far, and I hope you guys do too. Enjoy the water.